I'm the first one here.
Oh, Albert Dene again.
Claude Pichon. I'm sorry, did I do that?
Oh no, I did. I hurt my finger while I was putting my tie on.
Yes, bow ties are a bother. Did you make that yourself?
Oh no, my father did. He snapped it while my finger was up. Well, this place is very nice, isn't it?
Ah, well, it is La Cassette. Well, they say that Josephine used to live here once. And that Napoleon visited her secretly through this door.
Really? How convenient to have a restaurant in your own home.
I don't think it was a restaurant then.
Oh, of course not. I'm sorry. This is all very new to me. I rarely come into Paris.
Ah, of course.
Do you have any idea who's coming tonight?
No, not a clue.
Same here. Are you alone?
Alone? Yes.
Oh, I just thought perhaps your wife.
Oh, no. I'm not married.
But you wear your wedding band?
No. It comes right off. See, depends whether you want to be available or unavailable. You make your choice when you see who your dinner partner is going to be.
Oh, very practical.
Trust me, you go to enough dinner parties, you'll hear wedding bands sliding on and off all around. You have no ring, so I assume you're single?
Oh, yes, I am.
Never married?
Twice, both to the same woman.
And both marriages failed?
Oh, well, obviously the first one was better than the second, otherwise no point going back for another try.
I can see that. So, any idea what this party's about?
No, not a clue. I was hoping you did.
Well, except of course that Paul's hosting it.
Paul?
Paul Gerard, the attorney?
Paul Gerard, of course. Had it on my calendar for weeks. My secretary reminded me this morning. Gave me the time, the address. Didn't tell me the name. Just assumed I remembered it was Paul.
So you're very busy then?
No, my secretary is.
What is it you do exactly, if I may ask?
I'm in the auto industry.
Oh, really? In production?
No, rentals.
I see. You find it interesting.
God, no. Bores me to death. It's my father's business, actually. I'm an artist. I studied at the academy.
Oh, wow. Good for you. What sort of paintings do you do?
Cars, mostly. In the abstract. They're out there on the lot posing for me. I don't need a studio.
Abstract cars. Much of a market for that?
Oh, well, people come there to rent cars, not buy paintings. I tried renting the paintings once, and it just did not work out.
Well, do you like Fragonard?
Not before dinner, no.
The artist Fragonard. It's a mural. It's in the style of Fragonard around 1786.
Oh, no, I paint the style of Range Rover. If the customer wants, I'll paint their name right on the license plate for them.
Clever.
What is it you do?
Oh, well, I own a shop. Antique books, classics mostly, first editions. Victor Hugo, Emile Zola, Charles Dickens.
How lucky for you to spend your days with people like that.
They don't exactly come into the shop.
Oh, but they do, don't they? They're just waiting on your shelves night and day for someone to open up their pages. Do you ever find letters from very famous people?
Oh, well, actually, I have an Albert Einstein letter to his cousin, a relative in Austria.
Einstein's relative?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's where he got his idea for the theory of relativity?
Oh, no, don't go there. I wonder where the others are. Today is the 17th, isn't it?
I can't tell. They print the date so small on here you need a microscope, and well, there's no numbers on the watch, but it's the end thing they say.
So what's the advantage of the watch?
Oh, well, it was on sale.
Right. Lower the prices. Maybe that's what you should do with your paintings?
I tried that. Sold 6 frames, no paintings. Are you always so prompt for things like this?
Oh, I wasn't prompt. I was early. You were prompt.
Right. Well, is it a large party, you suppose?
Well, I wouldn't think so. There's only 6 places set for dinner.
Does Paul usually give small parties?
I haven't been to any of his parties.
Neither have I. I usually stay in and paint at night.
Oh, right. Your car series, of course. Say, do you ever paint, I don't know, people?
Oh, yeah, they're in the cars.
Right. That's what you call your style. So you're really not a close friend of Paul's?
He handled my divorce.
Oh, really? He handled mine as well. Did he do well by you?
It was a difficult time.
Oh, tell me about it.
I mean, if you want, I could. It's a long story.
What? No! It's just an expression. Tell me about it, like I've had the same experiences. You've never heard that expression?
No. I'm sorry, I don't come out to lunch much. Have you been here before?
Like a set? Well, just once in the upstairs restaurant. A bit too steep for me, but the food, of course, is first rate.
Oh, I'm not much into rich foods. I have simple taste, you know? No organs, no lungs, no kidneys, no livers, no spleens, no hearts.
Wait, no meat at all?
Well, some, as long as it doesn't have any body function.
See your point?
There are no waiters around, I notice.
Yes, I noticed that as well. Apparently, this is to be a very intimate dinner.
I agree. It all has a bit of the mystique about it, don't you think?
In what way?
Like a mystique way. The vague, enigmatic, ambiguous.
How do you mean?
Pretty much everything I've said. Used up all my synonyms.
You mean hard to put your finger on?
Hard to put your finger on. That's another good one.
Maybe it's meant to be. Secretive, I mean.
Secretive? Another one. Wait, but why?
It could be a surprise party.
Why would he invite me to a surprise party? I don't know any of his friends, do you?
Well, since I don't know who's coming, I don't know if I know them.
Maybe we got on a list by mistake.
No, he's too good of a lawyer to make an error like that.
Well, maybe he's good at legal things, but not at party things.
Excuse me, is this the Paul Gerard affair?
Well, we think so, just getting underway.
Am I the first to arrive?
No, we are.
Your guests?
I guess.
I thought you were waiters.
Waiters? Drinking champagne? I'm afraid not.
Waiters.
Good God, it's black tie. I didn't know.
Really? It was on the invitation.
Oh, well, actually it wasn't. It was just, the card was so festive with all those ribbons and bows that I just assumed.
Well, I assumed as well.
If it didn't say black tie, then it isn't black tie.
Do we have time to go home and change?
I rented the suit. I have to have it back by 10.
Well, is that going to be a problem?
Well, I rented the shoes too, the shirt's not mine, the tie's my father's. My father's in the problem right now.
Some other time. I'm Claude Pichon.
Andre Bouville.
Albert Dene. No, it's all right. It's a minor bow tie injury.
Maybe you can shed some light on this mobile.
On what?
The reason for this dinner party?
I didn't know it was a dinner party.
Didn't you receive an invitation?
No, I was away on business. My office sent me a fax. The LaChapelle private dining room, Tuesday the 17th, 8 p.m. Paul Gerard.
You didn't put dining room and dinner together?
I had 18 meetings in 3 days. I couldn't put my socks together. I just landed at the airport. My pilot had to wake me.
You have your own pilot?
Yes, he comes with the plane.
You have your own plane?
It's very common to lease them these days.
Oh, yeah. I know all about leasing. I'm in rentals myself. Yeah.
Oh, what kind of planes?
Non-flying RVs, autos, trailers.
No. Get into leasing planes. Is there champagne?
Oh, champagne, yes. I'll get you a glass.
And what business are you in, if I may ask?
Men's apparel, every chain of boutiques around the country.
Oh, Bouville's, right? Oh, my God, is that you? You've got stores everywhere you look.
Not everywhere. Location is an art form today. Thank you.
You know, your marketing campaigns are wonderful. Not that I'm much into clothes myself.
Well, perhaps if you bought instead of rented.
Damn!
The chill is gone. No waiters around?
No, I think we're on our own tonight.
No waiters at LaChapelle?
Impossible!
Well, we think that Paul's up to something out of the ordinary here.
Like what?
Something vague. Ambiguous. Hard to put your finger on.
What does that mean?
Difficult to say. Unclear, obscure, evasive.
Very good. That's 3 more we forgot.
What you're both talking about.
I have a question for you, Andre. Are you married?
No.
Never married?
Once. A few years ago.
Would you be surprised if I told you that Albert and myself are both divorced men?
Not at all.
Why not?
Because wives read invitations more carefully and they would have told you it wasn't black tie.
Well,
Got a good point there.
Since Paul Gerard represented Albert and I in our divorces, can I assume he did yours as well?
It would be folly if you didn't.
Well, as you can see, it's clearly a party for 6, yet the first 3 guests are all divorced men who never set eyes on each other. Don't you find that odd?
Oddly, I don't. I've been to dinner parties where I've hardly known, so...
He's got another good point there.
Well, were they all men? Were they all divorced?
I can tell that some were men, I can tell that some were women. Don't know about divorce.
How about this? Did the men arrive first? Were there no waiters?
Waiters, yes. I'm not sure as to who arrived first. Some couples were married. Sorry, I didn't take notes.
Well, we have no women, we have no waiters, and we have no married couples.
It's only 8:05, for God's sakes. And women generally take longer to dress than men. Women also prefer to make a later entrance than men.
That's an excellent point there.
But we can't assume that this dinner party is only for people that Paul Gerard helped get divorced.
6 people? It'd be more like 600. And Paul Gerard has more sensitivity about it than to throw such a sordid party.
Sordid? My divorces weren't sordid, they were painful.
Well, mine was sordid, but let's push on.
Push on, push on.
So, who then are the other 3 guests?
Well, of course, Paul and his wife, who are not divorced, which leaves the 6th guest unaccounted for.
But what if Paul and his wife are not together? What if Paul and his wife are themselves divorcing?
Highly unlikely. Why? They celebrated their 32nd anniversary yesterday.
Well, have you heard from them today? Maybe things didn't go well last night.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Logical.
Inane. Completely inane.
Why don't we just wait and see who shows up?
Fine. But in the meantime, let's examine Paul Gerard. I mean, what sort of man is he?
Do you do this for a living? Some sort of private detective that works dinner parties?
No, he's an antique book dealer.
I wasn't being serious, Albert. If you thought I was being serious, I can't help you.
Well, tell me this, Andre. What would you say was Paul Gerard's most interesting quality?
He doesn't screen his clients too well.
Oh, there's no need for that, Andre.
I thought there was. I thought there was a very great need for that.
Oh, well, what I meant was that Claude here spends his days with the greatest literary minds in the world, and I believe you owe him an apology.
I simply meant that Claude's constant questions were extremely irritating. But you're right, Albert. I must never judge a book by the man who dusts its covers.
Oh, that's outrageous.
Shall I tell you what I think Paul's most interesting quality is?
You said nothing that interferes with your continuity.
I think Paul's most interesting quality is his sensitivity.
I said that before. Do you have a cigarette? Oh, God.
You know, I don't smoke.
And as a sensitive man, Paul did everything he could to try to talk me out of this divorce.
Does he always go on like this?
I've really only known him a few minutes, yeah.
Are you sure you want this, Paul said to me? Have you even tried to make this marriage work?
Do you think he hears what we're saying?
And I thought to myself, how sensitive of Paul, a lawyer willing to deprive himself of a very large fee.
Do you think he just assumes we left the room?
No, I see you there. Now, knowing what we know so far, who do we think is going to be the next one to walk through that door?
The tailor coming to collect Albert's rented suit. Oh, why do you insist on pursuing this? It's idiotic.
You know, I find you delightful, Andre. You have a witty, caustic sense of humor, and you hold nothing back. And strangely, I'm not offended by it.
I must be doing it wrong.
You see, I find that offensive. Yeah.
Thank you, Albert. At least you understand me.
Would either of you like to hear who I think will come through that door?
As if we'd get out of here alive if we didn't.
I say it's a woman. Attractive, age between 30 and 38, and unattached.
How do you know she's unattached?
There's 3 single men here. A gentleman like Paul would never send in a married woman.
Oh, very good, Andre.
I hate it when he agrees with me.
You know, I wish you'd stop doing that.
I wish you were a cigarette.
Okay.
So then who would the following 2 guests be?
Well, now it's obvious. 2 more women, am I right?
You are right, Albert. 2 beautiful women. And available.
Available for what?
Well, I would say that very much depends on us.
It's your opinion that Paul Gerard, one of the most respected men in his profession, is going to pimp for us?
I said nothing of the kind. In fact, I would think these were respectable women. It's my guess that Paul feels bad for not being able to save our marriages, so he's making up for it. He's looking out for us.
Oh, he's sending in 3 respectable women to soothe our aching hearts. Therefore, he's not a pimp. He's a pimperetto.
If that's true, that's very decent of him.
It's true. Which I'm sure it's not. I don't need to find someone new. I've already met someone new. So in that regard, this party is a complete waste of time for me. Goodbye.
You can't just leave. That would be an insult to Paul.
I'm just going to get cigarettes. Please, talk about me while I'm gone.
What a huge pompous ass.
Yeah, but with the right suit, no one notices it.
You gotta try that one too.
He's a snob who's above all this. He won't stay long. That means 3 women for just the 2 of us. I like our chances.
But where are you going?
Unfortunately, to the men's room. But if a woman arrives, make no advances until I return, understand?
I understand, but it's not binding.
I'm sorry, but I was the first one here.
And I get the first one going to the men's room.
Don't underestimate me, Albert. I'm more experienced with these things than you.
If you were, you would have gone before you got here.
Well, I didn't have to go then. But I get my pick of the next 2.
Not acceptable.
Why not?
I might not like the first one, and you can still be in the men's room.
Well, I'll see that I'm not. I think you're picking up some bad habits from your friend Bouville.
My friend? He disliked me even more than he disliked you. My friend, please.
Excuse me, is this the Gerard party? The Gerard dinner party.
I'm gonna want trouble here. I'm sorry. Have an all day. The Gerard party, yes it is.
Are we the first?
No, I'm the 4th. You're the 2nd. No, I'm the 2nd. You're the 4th. Please come in. I'm Albert today.
How do you do? Mariette LaBoo.
Wow, that still hurts.
Are you alright?
Yeah, just something I do when I'm happy to meet someone. Is it Miss LaLou?
Yes. Where's 1 and 3?
Pardon?
If we're 2 and 4?
Oh, yes, no, 1 and 3. Well, 3 went to go get cigarettes and 1's in the men's room.
Yes.
Would you care for a glass of champagne?
That would be very nice, thank you.
You know, it's very odd. Number 1 just said he was quite certain that number 4 would be a woman.
Did he? Why is that odd?
Well, because 1, 2, and 3 are all men.
Are they? Is there some reason why we're all referred to as numbers?
No. It might confuse you if I start saying names of people you haven't met yet.
Well, I know you're Albert, and you know I'm Mariette, so I think that's a good start.
An excellent start.
This is a lovely room. Is it just 6 for dinner?
Yes, it would appear that way. It's Albert. You remember?
Yes, you told me.
I know. I didn't know if you wanted to use it or something.
Thank you, Albert. I will. I suppose 5 and 6 are Paul Gerard and his wife?
Oh, we don't really know that. There's some conjecture that the Gerards may not be coming.
To their own party? Why would they do that?
There was some confusion about that also, by 1 and 3. And by 2. I was 2, but now I'm Albert. Did George give you any hint?
Actually, I never spoke to them.
But you're a friend of the Gerards?
Not to Paul, just his wife. But he wrote me such a charming letter enclosed in the invitation, I decided to accept.
Oh, well. Glad you did. Oh, by the way, it's not black tie. I misread the invitation.
Are you saying I'm overdressed?
No. You look perfect. It's just, well, I'm overdressed. And number 1, 2. I mean, number 1 is 2. Number 3 may have got it right, and I'm not sure what 5 and 6 are wearing.
Since you don't know who they are.
Exactly.
And if
When it comes to dinner.
which women?
Probably 3 who don't know each other.
So 6 total strangers?
Not total. We all seem to have some sort of connection to Paul Gerard. Am I making myself clear?
Perhaps, but not to me. For 3 men who don't know each other, you seem to have gotten very involved.
Well, 1 and 2 were more than I was, really.
I thought you were 2.
Involved? No, not as much.
The number 2?
Oh, right. Oh, my God! If you didn't know what you were coming to or who else was coming, why did you come?
Very simple. I thought it was time for me to get out and meet new people.
Oh, that's why I came. That's what you and me are doing right now, aren't we?
No. I meant that I was interested in meeting new people as opposed to just one person. I'm not ready for just one person yet. Please don't take that personally.
No, I understand. It's just... What you mean is you wanted to meet one diversified group of people instead of one specific person.
Yes.
Yeah. But what if within that diversified group of people you met someone who was just more unique than anyone in that combined diversified group? Would you be against that?
I don't know. This is the first time in my life having a conversation like this.
It's my first time through it too. I assure you that if I seem forward, I'm not. I'm quite a reserved person. He seems so easy to talk to.
That may have something to do with the number of people talking, don't you think? If you'll excuse me, I have a rather urgent phone call to make.
I'll be waiting right here.
I'm sure you will.
Albert!
Albert!
I have one other theory, Albert. Listen to this.
Hey, mister, number 4. She was here. She was a woman.
Damn! What does she look like?
Oh, just as you said, very attractive. Mid-30s, very smart. Not the kind of like Andre at all. And very available.
How do you know?
She said it was time to get out and meet new people.
Well, what did I tell you? Where is she?
Had to make a phone call, said it was urgent. By the way, we hit it off extremely well.
Which is not to say that she and I won't.
No. You forfeited that when you went to the men's room.
I forfeited nothing if she prefers me.
We said that if I preferred her, you would get 5 and 6.
If I found 5 and 6 to my liking, don't forget, I have seniority here.
How do you know you're older than I am?
Not older, earlier. I was here first.
And I was here promptly. Promptly has precedence over coming too early.
And wasn't it I who said it's a woman aged between 30 and 38 and unattached?
Well, now you're too late. She's attached herself to me.
Well, she could promptly unattach herself just as fast.
No.
Yeah.
No, she's mine.
Mine.
Dibs. I
No,
call dibs.
no
Respect
dibs. No.
You have to respect dibs.
I don't.
The giraffes are not coming. Housekeeper says they're in Sardinia.
Exactly as I predicted.
You never once mentioned Sardinia.
You missed her. Number 4, she was here. She was a woman.
Yes, I saw her coming out.
Very attractive, I thought.
I always thought she was.
Wait, do you know her?
Yes, we dated for a while after my divorce and hers. Went to Morocco for a weekend.
Really? Doesn't seem the type to do that.
Go to Morocco?
Oh, well, with you.
Albert, you're actually being rude.
Claude says I'm picking it up from you.
So, how did it go with
And then I met someone else. As did she.
Well, yeah, you have no right making her personal business public.
I'm not making it public. I'm simply telling you and Claude in private.
Well, did she see you just now?
No, she was going in the opposite direction. Which I'm about to do myself, since we now know what this party is about. And since I've already dated what this party is about, I'll leave the rest for you.
What? You can't just walk out. That would be an insult to some innocent, well-meaning women.
I can't speak for the others, and Mariette may be well-meaning, but I wouldn't exactly say she's an innocent.
Mariette. Her name's Mariette.
Yes.
About this tall, 2 eyes. She asks you questions with her accent. Mariette LaVue.
You've dated her?
Oh, well, on and off, then on. Then I married her, then I divorced her. Christ, he invited both of us. Why would Paul do that?
To brighten up the party and we have noisemakers and paper hats.
I called your house. They said you were at La Cassette. Christ, why would Paul do that?
In lieu of noisemakers and paper hats.
Oh, Jesus, you're here as well? Christ, who else is coming? My doctor, dentist, and accountant?
Don't think so. That would make 7.
If this is a joke, I find it appalling. Didn't you know about this?
If I did, you'd think I'd come in black tie to see you wearing the jewelry I paid for?
This is the nightmare of my life.
Well, tonight's may be worse. All right, back to the original plan. I get 5 and 6.
I'm leaving before this turns into farce.
It already is farce. I think we're aiming for a much higher form of absurdity here tonight.
I'm going to call Paul Gerard and ask for an explanation.
Sorry, he's in Sardinia.
Why didn't you tell me that?
Because I didn't go to the phone with him.
I didn't have a clue you'd be here.
You didn't have a clue during our marriage.
You know, you two would rather be alone, not just...
Same here, Albert. You're the only gentleman in the room.
Gentlemen? He was just trading women in here like used cars.
You know, I try to be a gentleman, Mariette.
Well, it's a long fine.
I can't believe you went to Morocco with him.
You went public with that?
It wasn't a stock offering, and I didn't know he was your ex-husband.
What are the chances of my being in a room with 3 men, 2 of whom I dislike intensely?
Whoops, that ain't.
Did Paul even know you knew my ex-wife well enough to just take her to Morocco?
There was no reason to tell Paul, since there was no reason for me to know who you or your ex-wife was.
Doesn't it bother you hearing all of this?
No. It bothers me that I gave her half my money to hear this.
It would bother me.
Why? You're hearing it for free.
And I didn't take half your money, you got half of your own money.
Wait, but if you knew that Paul Gerard was your husband's lawyer, why did you come to his dinner?
Because Helena and I are best friends.
Who's Helena?
Paul's wife? Didn't you know?
No. So you're saying that you're the best friend of the woman who's married to the man who represented your husband in divorce?
In the history of speech, that sentence has never been uttered before.
I don't think Helena knew who Paul was inviting. Just that I was interested in meeting new people.
Or maybe she didn't think you'd recognize me now that I'm living on half my own money.
Albert, from now on, I don't want that man to speak to me in the first person.
Do you want me to tell him? Because I think he heard you.
You came to meet new people? You didn't meet enough new people in Morocco?
I ride on a camel as new people. Tell him.
Mariette doesn't consider someone...
Stay out of this! Go outside and paint some used cars.
And to put matters straight, I've been completely alone since my breakup with George Armand.
You know, I think this would go better without me in the middle.
Who the hell is George Ormond?
I don't know. I'm certain it's not Campbell Driver.
My attorney in the divorce? You never paid attention to anything concerning me, did you?
Oh, really? Then why'd I pay her all that alimony?
I don't know. I wasn't in the courtroom.
Scarcely entertaining as this is, why don't you all calm down while I call Paul in Sardinia and find out exactly what he has planned. Albert. You have a smudge on your face.
I do. Where?
In the men's room.
In the men's room.
Go look.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think that she really...
I don't want to hear it!
Okay.
Would you please?
It's okay. I'll just be in here. I just want to...
Well, aren't you popular? The only woman in the party, and already you've met your ex-husband, your ex-lover, and your next boyfriend. Enjoying yourself, Mariette?
Actually, Andre never got to be an ex-lover, and Albert will never be my next boyfriend. But as for me, I'm delighted to have you as an ex-hubby. I intend to be an ex-guest. I hope you and your friends have an exquisite dinner. Excuse me, won't you?
Extraordinary. I heard you two shouting. Mariette sounded very upset.
She asked you to leave and you listened at the door?
Well, I had nothing else to listen to in there. Is she coming back?
Didn't you hear her say no? Why are you always a beat behind?
I told you, I can't read the numbers on my watch! What do you want me to do about it?
No, I've changed my mind. I'm staying.
Oh, I'm so glad you did. I knew
Would
there
you
was
leave us
something.
alone, please, Albert?
Pardon me, I'm a smudge.
Claude, I know this is awkward, but do you know what I never got to say at our divorce?
That you'll take less money?
God, is that what you divorced men talk about?
You think there's some club we all go to on Thursday nights and say, oh, remember when we had more furniture in this club?
If there's anything in my apartment that you really want, come over and get it.
Fine. What time do you open?
You were never this materialistic while we were married.
Well, of course not. I still had my material!
If there's anything that you really want, come over and get it. I mean it. Except the jewelry you gave me. They mean something to me.
No, I gave it to you. It's yours. Oh, by the way, how's my half of the dog?
That is fine, thank you.
Does she ever bark for me, or is that not the half I got?
You can have her any weekend you want. Look, what I never got to say at our divorce was, thank you for sharing your knowledge of literature with me. It helped me become a better writer.
Thank you. I must say, you've had a tremendous success, Mariette.
Not that you approved of my writing. You thought it was trash, didn't you?
Mustn't hold me accountable when I talk in my sleep!
Oh no, I understand how much you wanted that success for yourself.
I had my chance, all right? It just wasn't in the cards.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, maybe. If you hadn't taken the cards with you...
You're impossible, I'm leaving.
No, I'll go.
Why are you still wearing your wedding ring?
It was the only safe place I knew to keep you from getting it.
Door! Hey, I'm glad you stayed. Where's Claude?
I've always wondered that myself.
Paul's line is busy. I heard the door. Has anyone else arrived?
Yes. I went through that door and came back. Claude went out that door but didn't come back. Albert came from that door and has been here until you came in the door to tell us that Paul's line is busy.
Very good. Would you consider working for me?
Andre, you know I write novels.
Yes, I read one. The offer still stands.
This room is so busy. Napoleon came right through that door.
Really? I must have missed him.
Yeah, well, he's whittled. He's good.
One more thing.
Would you leave us alone, please, Albert?
Yes, of course. It's just, I don't know what to do in there anymore!
Do you know why my career didn't flourish, Mariette? Because the writers I aspired to be were beyond my reach, okay? All those in my shop, Voltaire, Victor Hugo, Emile Zola. Thomas Mann!
No, you were right to learn from the best.
Oh, they defeated me. You don't learn to think like Tolstoy, you have to be born Tolstoy. You don't learn to write like Nabokov, you have to have nightmares like Nabokov. I read passages to you from every book I ever loved because God knows you would have never tackled it on your own.
Are you begrudging the help you gave me?
No, I'm jealous of what you did with it. Like Nabokov, he was too oblique for you, so I broke it down and simplified it. Nabokov's great, but I'm easier to understand.
But you did teach me. Isn't that satisfying enough?
Don't you understand? I wasn't even able to translate a speck of their genius into my own work. But somehow, everything I did learn went directly to you. It's like secondhand smoke without the nicotine.
Well, first-rate advice. You were always smarter than me.
But what I wrote was inferior versions of the classics, and what you wrote was superior versions of my own inadequate prose, which you turned into mediocre fiction, which is exactly what the public wants.
Why should I write what the public doesn't want? And I'm glad the public does because I can't write any better than I do. When you read passages to me from Voltaire, Camus, Proust, Sartre, I absorbed it without even knowing I was listening. Who today can write like they did? But in my own small way, I learned how to write a story, compose a sentence, keep a reader's interest before they fall asleep. You taught it all to me, Claude. By osmosis. I think your anger comes from thinking that I stole from you. If I stole anything, it was your passion for the written word. Maybe it's the only thing in the world that we still share.
Aside from the dog.
I think it was right that we divorced, Claude. I just think we did it a little too soon.
Stay out of here, Albert! We're having a marital spat!
It was that door. Come in!
Oh, hello. I'm Yvonne from Shade. I know I'm late to dinner and I apologize, but as I was coming over here in the taxi, I thought it over and I realized it would be a big mistake for me to come here tonight for reasons of my own. So if you could please give my regards to the Gerards, I'll call another taxi and go. It was very nice meeting both of you. Goodbye.
Where are these people coming from?
Ow! I heard the door again. Wait. Did someone else show up?
Number 5 was here but thrown it over in the taxi and decided to go home.
Go home? Did she say why?
Hard to say. She spoke without commas or periods.
Did you say anything to her?
No. She did a short comic monologue and left.
What did she look like?
Like someone I think you would have liked, Albert.
I think I've already met someone I like, unless you think I'm out of line here, Claude.
Oh no, I got out of that line 2 years ago. But you're welcome to take Mariette home in one of your abstract cars.
I'm not supposed to pass to strangers, Claude.
He's not a stranger, he's a guest in a rented suit.
Thinking of buying it.
All settled.
Did you get through to him?
Oh, yes.
Did you speak to him?
Oh, yes.
Did he say why he's giving his party?
Oh, yes. He isn't giving his party. He just found his name. Someone else is giving this party.
Did he say who?
Oh no. What he did say was, please see it through, all 6 of you.
But we don't have 6. Number 6 hasn't even arrived yet. Well, number 5 did arrive, but she left.
Why did she leave?
Because she's smarter than us.
Why did you let her go?
I never saw her.
Well, if she's not coming back, well, then there's definitely no reason for me to stay. Oh! Hello! We were expecting you!
I thought it over again in the taxi and I decided to stay after all.
We were hoping you would. Mariette with Lou.
No, it's Yvonne from Shea. Fine.
Claude Pichon.
Andre Rubio.
And he's Albert DeMay.
It's very nice to meet all of you. Am I the only one who doesn't know anybody?
Some of us do. Some of us don't. And some of us don't care.
Let me get you a chair.
Thank you. This may sound stupid, but why are we all here?
Well, not sure.
Has anyone thought to ask?
Well, he tried Sardinia, but no luck.
Am I supposed to understand that?
I think that's what the party's about. To find out what the party's about.
If it's not too personal, may I ask why you decided to come back?
Well, as I was leaving, I saw somebody that I know coming up the back stairway. I don't think he saw me. We hadn't seen each other in some time. Well, we did, but we didn't speak to each other. Well, I did, but he didn't. I knew he wouldn't be very keen on seeing me, so I just got into the taxi and left. And then I thought to myself, no. Although I know he holds a very deep grudge against me, I think it's foolish for 2 people who were once very close to ignore each other forever. So I put on my bravest face and I came back to the restaurant.
Good for you, Yvonne.
But why would anyone hold a grudge against you?
Well, he has a good reason. We haven't spoken to each other since our divorce.
Not true. I said hello to her at a friend's wedding about a year ago.
He didn't say hello. He sort of grunted towards me. And a grunt is an actual speech.
Well, puzzle solved. The guests are all divorced couples. Looking forward to that, Andre.
Sorry to disappoint you, but my ex-wife is dead.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Where was Mr. Terribly?
We were divorced first.
Yes, but she's still dead.
Yes.
Excuse me, I think that's a rather cold thing to say.
It gets worse as it goes on.
You're hungry besides me?
See, he's off the dead wife thing already.
If your ex-wife is deceased and 6 of us have been invited, who else would you be expecting?
Why should I be expecting anyone?
Because everyone here is a matched set. Could there be someone from your past life?
Oh! My mother! She's 88 and lives in Switzerland. So unless she can maneuver her wheelchair down the Alps, I wouldn't count on her. Whoever set this up is intent on having a confrontation of couples.
For what purpose?
The purpose of reviving a dead marriage.
Well, no one could revive yours unless they could revive your dead wife. I said that without thinking. I'm sorry.
Well, in my case, it would be a waste of time. Albert and I have no wish to be united. Did you hear that we were married and divorced twice?
6 times.
No, it was twice.
Yes, we heard twice 6 times.
You said you saw Albert on the stairs, but if you weren't talking to him, why come back at all?
It was Albert who wasn't talking to me. I came back hoping that he would the rest of my life. It's an awful feeling to know that there's someone out there that hates you that much.
You know, I find it intolerable that you're asking her questions about our marriage.
Well, if you won't, what do you care if we do?
I understand your anger, Albert, but in a way, I sympathize with Yvonne's situation as well.
Her situation? What do you know about my situation, huh? Boy, what a disappointment you are, Mariette.
You met me 8 minutes ago? I don't think that's enough time to be disappointed.
Well, I met you 9 years ago. That's plenty enough time for me. I'll be at the bar. Andre, care to join me?
No, but I'll go anyway.
Well, then, I'm leaving as well.
Please, Mariette, ask him to stay.
I'll wait in the hallway.
No! I want him to stay here in this room. Albert, she wants you to stay here, in this room.
Why? I don't have a single intention of speaking a word to that woman.
Even if you won't speak to me, I have things to say to him. Albert, Yvonne is quite willing to do the talking.
Fine, but if I don't choose to listen, I won't.
I'll take that chance. How conciliatory you are, Yvonne. How accessible you are, Albert. I'll leave you two to have a nice, quiet talk. Or half a talk, however it goes.
So, you're looking well, Albert. At least your back is looking well. Except your shoulders are sagging. That's always a sign that you're unhappy. When I first left, you swore to never speak as long as you lived. I thought that was just a figure of speech, but you haven't spoken to me in a year. So I guess it's a figure of dead silence. I know it hurts when someone leaves and breaks up a marriage. 2 marriages. But I never meant to leave you twice. I was satisfied with leaving you just once, but you insisted we try it again, and we did, and it didn't work again. So why am I being punished for being right? I know what shaking your head means. It means I don't get it. That I never got it. Well, if you've never said it in words, Albert, what was I to get if you've never given me what you claim I haven't gotten? When you look up at the ceiling, it means what's the point of talking to her? She lives in her own world. Well, perhaps that's because you think there's only one world, your world. And since your world is very angry with me, I decided to stay in my world, hoping that one day we could step out of our worlds and enter the real world. Don't look at me like that, Albert. I hate that look. If I called the police, they could arrest you for looking at me that way. I admit, we did talk during our first and second marriage. Some. You were always so hesitant when expressing yourself or revealing yourself. And I know you got very angry with me when I suggested you see a doctor for communicatively challenged people. You were always so sweet and gentle, Albert. But we had a vague marriage. It was like a window that needed washing. Something was out there, but I could never see what. The only thing you were clear about was your silence, and your silence was deafening. Why such a cruel punishment to me, Albert? Why? Because I walked out of the door twice. Yes, I understand. But do you know what I would have preferred, Albert? That when you rang my doorbell and I opened it, you would call me the vilest names in the world. And then you would throw foul things at my feet, things that animals wouldn't even walk around. And having said and done that, you'd be finished with me and the past would be over with. Can you do that for me, Albert? Please? Fine. Then don't talk to me. But do you have to seek me out and confront me everywhere? On the street, in shops, at the movies? If you'll release me from this torture, Albert, I'll give you anything you want. Not that I have much, because I never took a penny from you for the divorce. Each divorce. But I'll beg, borrow, and steal just to hear your voice again. Say something, Albert. Move your lips, carve it in stone, drop leaflets from a plane, write graffiti on my face with chalk, and say something, damn it! You're writing something. Never! I see. Yeah, never, never, never. I got it, Albert. Well, there's nothing left to say, is there? Yeah, you're leaving. I understand. It was wonderful speaking with your finger, Albert. God bless you.
Thank you.
Was that him? Did he just say thank you? Oh dear God, he spoke to me! He spoke to me!
I always knew this would happen, but I never thought it would be like this.
For whatever reason, Albert, even if you didn't mean it, it's over, Albert. You spoke to me.
No, it was a reaction. It was a reaction to God bless you. If you'd sneezed, I would have gazooked you.
Still, it's over, Albert. I'm free. I can breathe again.
You're not free. I was just being polite.
No, I'm free. Free, free, free. I was free as a bird. God bless you, Albert, my dear sweet friend.
I spoke not because I wanted to, but because I couldn't handle the pressure anymore.
Was your anger that great?
It was the only defense I had.
Defense against what?
Against admitting to myself that I still loved you, that I still wanted you. If I kept silent, unapproachable, I would have built a wall so high I'd be safe from you forever.
What's safer than 2 divorces, Albert? I'm sorry I caused you so much pain.
Not talking to you kept me from not wanting you.
Why do you still want me?
I will always want you, but now I can live without you. It's safe for me to say your name again. Hello, Yvonne. What's up, Yvonne? How have you been, Yvonne?
Oh, so. Not much new. I saw a wonderful movie last week.
I know. I waited for you to come out and not say a word to you.
Yeah, I saw you.
Please, don't smile.
I'm not laughing at you.
No, I know, but your smile weakens my resolve.
Sorry. So, are you seeing anyone? Special, maybe?
Well, yes, actually. Very, very briefly. I don't know if it'll work out.
Who is she?
Mariette.
I thought you just met her.
Well, yeah, I said very, very briefly. But what about you? Have you seen anyone?
Well, you would know. You've been 4 steps behind me this entire year.
Partly hounding you and partly to protect you from unsuitable men like me.
We're the wrong men, Albert. We were the wrong couple. Now that we've settled things, you won't confront me on the street corners and other places, will you?
No, never. It doesn't hurt with you.
Thank you. So since you've promised not to hound me anymore, I promise not to marry you a 3rd time.
A 3rd time? I don't have a friend close enough to come to a 3rd wedding.
Well, let's be grateful for the little things.
It's nice talking to you again. The rancor and anger about what I've done to you this past year.
I understand how you did it. You must have thought I was very cruel to you. But in marriage, people are always cruel to each other.
I loved you all the time.
You thought you did. But many's the time I saw that God I dislike you intensely. Look.
I never disliked you intensely.
Intensely. Sometimes you would glare so hard your eyes would grit their pupils.
You can't grit your pupils. You go blind.
Glare your nostrils and bite your lower lip and then bang the side of your head with your knuckles. You look like a small gorilla that hadn't been fed at the zoo.
I never did that. Ever.
I have pictures of it.
You went and got your camera while I was banging my head with my knuckles?
Yes, because you were so furious with me for being angry with you. And do you even know what you did to make me that angry?
No. I'm sure you have a picture of it.
I'll tell you what you did. You loved me too much.
I loved you too much? How is a thing like that even possible?
Because it was all about your feelings, your emotions, your need to tell me how wonderfully happy you were. Gushing all that love and devotion towards me with, God, I'm so lucky to have you. How did a man like me wind up with someone as great as you, not once thinking that I may be having a terrible day? But no, you were too busy fawning all over me to ask me how I was feeling.
I'm not going to take a picture of what you just said, but boy, I could do a quick oil painting of how neurotic and deranged you are.
I'm deranged? Was I the one following me all around the city, running into me face to face for the satisfaction of not saying a word to me?
I had to seek you out so you would know I was ignoring you. If I didn't follow you around the city, how would you know I wasn't speaking to you?
Yes. It's a punishment for leaving you. But it was you who divorced me, remember?
Who else was I supposed to divorce? The maid? No, she quit already because she disliked you. Intensely.
I can feel it coming on now. I can hear every single word you're never going to say to me.
No, running after you is too exhausting. Instead, I'll write to you. Oh, I'll write blank page after blank page.
And I'll answer you. I'll write blanker pages and I'll speak silent words. I don't care anymore. Divorce me again. Hire an invisible lawyer and sue me in a non-existent court. I beat you at your own game, Albert. Go! Leave! I'll even say goodbye for you if you'd like. Goodbye and farewell. This is the last time I should be speaking to you, Albert!
I'm sorry this happened, Yvonne, but will you be staying for dinner? Aren't you going to go over there and slam the door twice?
I don't want to be cruel to you. Again.
Thank you. Well, goodbye, Yvonne. Good night. No, you don't have to cry, I'll finish. God bless you. Goodbye, Yvonne.
Hello, Gabrielle Gonzalez.
You must be number 6.
Am I? Did I win a door prize?
The 6th guest she means.
I know what she meant. And you must be Mariette LaVue.
Why, yes. Have we met?
No, we're meeting just now. Are you related to a Charles LaVue?
He was my father.
Was?
He died 5 years ago.
I'm so sorry. You know, I dated him when I was 17. I hope that doesn't offend you.
No, but it might offend my mother.
Oh, I understand. You know, I offended my mother, too. My father, he was a true gentleman. Nothing happened. I can vouch for that. I even kept the voucher. And this pretty little thing must be Yvonne.
Yes. Yvonne Fouché?
It was your father, Bernard Fouché.
No.
Oh, good. Then we won't have to get into all that. And, where are the 3 little mice?
If you mean the men, they're sitting at the bar.
If they were men, they'd be sitting in here.
They wanted to leave, but we're all waiting for you.
Am I that important?
You are if this dinner party was your idea.
Is it? I mean, you did know Mariette's name and mine, and you asked where the men are and not who they were. You don't seem surprised by anything.
Well, there are no surprises in life. Just corroboration of what you suspected. Yes, I did know who was going to be here and why. As for who thought of this dinner party, I can tell you that as well. It was Andre Bouville's wife.
His wife? He said she was dead.
Yes, it was a request from the grave. They were her last words.
She said, please, let's have a dinner party and then die?
Well, perhaps not her very last words. She lingered on for another 6 months, but didn't say anything worth quoting. I do know that the invitations themselves were sent by Paul Gerard.
But why would she include us? We didn't know her.
The Greeks say the dead have their reasons.
But if she couldn't come, why would she still have it?
Well, they also say that even if you're dead, once you book it, it's bad luck to cancel.
If I'm not too impertinent, may I ask why you're here?
To look after the late Madame Bouville's interests.
What interests? What could possibly be left between Andre and his ex-dead wife?
His unfulfilled remorse.
Isn't it too late to give it to her now?
Yes, but it could be put into an account and given to some other dead deserving wife.
She's strange, don't you think?
Tell me about it.
Ask how she died.
You girls wouldn't like hearing it.
I know. But tell it anyway.
Andre drove a stake through her heart! He was in a foul mood that day.
Are you saying he's a murderer?
Well, the people who do business with him think he is. Do you think we should call the boys in? I'm sorry, but has this murder been reported to anyone? Yes, I've just reported it to you. I'm
really having trouble with all this? Why did he kill her?
Oh, she was unfaithful to him, and he couldn't forgive her.
Doesn't sound like he did.
On the other hand, he was unfaithful to her, and she did forgive him.
If you ask me, I think they deserved each other.
Don't judge them. Love is not an emotion only shared by the best of people. The unscrupulous are as entitled to love as anyone else.
You have extraordinary sympathy for two people who were less than savory.
Well, it's true they didn't have a shred of decency, but if you're a maggot, is it wrong to love another maggot?
Who was she?
A poor girl, as poor as he once was. They scraped the bottom of the same dirty barrel. How does the expression go? Rhyme always sinks to find its own level.
No, but I mean, who was she? What was her name?
She was born Constanza Bonicelli, but my friends call me Gabrielle.
Gabrielle? You mean it's you?
Sorry, was I being obscure? After 12 years of marriage, he suddenly left me for a more innocent version of me, 15 years younger. I said I'd die before I gave him a divorce, and as he left, he said, "Very well then, Gabrielle, I shall consider you dead." Now, if that doesn't feel like a stake through the heart, then tell me what does.
And you still want him back?
Why not? I never stopped loving him. It was never his looks that attracted me, it was his mind. I find that brilliance and murkiness is an aphrodisiac.
You can love a man who thinks of you as a corpse.
Why does love have to be so conventional anyways? Wouldn't the world have cheered if the elephant man found an elephant woman?
Is that how you see yourself? As that elephant woman?
God, no, I dress too well for that.
How did you two meet?
Gloriously, like two bats crashing into each other in a cave.
And do you actually expect Andre will want you back?
I don't expect it, I predict it.
How can you be so sure?
I can't, but my attitude is good.
Then what took you so long in approaching him?
Oh, he'd never agreed to meet me. And he's clever enough to escape any chance meeting I planned, but I know he'll play this out tonight because of his respect for Paul Gerard.
But where's the romance in all of this? He seems so cold and callous. Don't you yearn for tenderness?
Oh, but we're not tender people. Once in the heat of passion, I had my big toe broken. I don't know how it happened, but for years we tried to repeat it. Are you saying you're a masochist? No, not at all. I don't enjoy pain. I just like the pursuit of it. Well, I think it's time that Andre and I met.
Shall I tell him you're here?
No, he knows.
He saw you?
He senses me. We can sense each other from a mile away. Saves us a fortune on phone calls.
Excuse me, I have a message from Andre. Hello, I'm Claude Pichon.
And I'm Gabrielle, the late Madame Bouville.
Oh, you're not late, only like 5 minutes or so.
As you can see, Claude, she's not deceased.
Yes, you writers are so observant. Does it bother you that Andre told us you were dead?
Oh no, we've always called each other pet names. I see you've spotted his flaws, haven't you?
Yes, his mouth leaves tracks wherever it goes. Well, whatever world you're in, he'd like a word with you in private.
Does Albert still think she's dead? He'll walk in here thinking it's a seance.
That's very good, Yvonne.
Thank you. I'm rarely ever funny.
Please, Claude, tell my ex-husband I'm very anxious to have him join me. From whence he sent me.
Well, I think it only fair to tell you that it's Albert's, in my opinion, that once you two have your talk, this dinner party is over.
I think not. The 6 of us have made a promise to Paul Gerard to see this thing through.
Well, since this is now a confrontation between you and Andre, it really doesn't concern the rest of us. And I'll be glad to tell that to Andre. And in case I don't see you again, Mariette, I just thought I'd say that I probably won't see you again.
He is so dreary. Don't be too hard on him. I'm sure he's picking it up from Andre.
I wish I were more like you, Gabrielle.
No, you don't, dear. We need people like you to balance out the people like me.
Meaning I'm boring? Is that meant as an insult?
Yes. But in a positive way. A woman who isn't insulted every now and then ceases to be interesting. Oh, hello, Andre. Sorry, I really tried staying dead for you, but the spirit was unwilling. Angry?
Not even surprised. Saw your hand in this from the beginning. Can you ladies hear all this, or shall I speak louder?
No, I can hear you fine.
Which is why we're leaving. Gabrielle, I just wanted to tell you, don't let anyone...
I know, and thank you for not saying it.
I'm not saying what.
No compliments, Andre? Considering I had to push aside a heavy gravestone, don't you think I look stunning?
When was stunning ever your problem? Not even a 20-foot marble mausoleum could stop you. Alright, you have your life back again. Now in exchange, may I please have the freedom the courts have already awarded me?
Just because they're overgenerous doesn't mean I have to be.
It's been 2 years. The relationship is long over, Gabrielle. Put it to bed, will you?
You first. I always liked crawling in after you warmed up the sheets.
Can't you take a simple divorce as a no?
I'm not happy with the settlement.
You have half the company! What more could you want?
Keep the company. It's the boss I want. And the rest of our lives together that you promised me. You've had your vacation, Andre. Mommy wants you back home.
My mummy is in Switzerland. I'm delighted not to receive those vulgar Christmas presents from you anymore.
Your mother hasn't the slightest idea of what a monster she gave birth to. And my mother died before she knew I was in love with one. Isn't it sweet to know we were both so good to our mothers?
Do you really enjoy hounding me?
We've done doggy things before. You've never complained.
I know this won't reveal it, but you disgust me sometimes.
Why not now? You've always preferred your pleasure in the most unlikely places.
Call this night off. These people don't want to be with each other. Nothing will come of it. It's graceless and self-serving on your part.
Self-serving is what kept you and me alive. I want this dinner party. Let's wait and see till we've all been put to the test.
Are you going to spring something dreadful on us, leaving shattered lives all over the left-set dining room floor? My God, Gabrielle. You become a caricature of yourself, and it makes me sad.
You sad? This must be a first for you. I've never seen a teardrop made of ice.
When did I ever claim to be boyish and unassuming? We were two termites eating away at each other's innards until our structure collapsed. No, I never want to set foot in that condemned house again.
Honey, you don't even have to ring the bell. I could have you back in a second, but I'd rather toy with you first.
Do you really think you're that clever?
I'm not clever at all, I'm just determined.
I feel like I'm speaking to a machine that spits out poisoned tennis balls.
Why do you keep playing the role of the innocent bystander? You've left your fingerprints on every deliciously sorted pleasure we've indulged in.
Which you seem to want desperately. Whatever we did with mutual consent. You never knew when to stop.
No, but whenever I did, you were always ever so ready to replace the batteries.
For Christ's sake, can't you say a simple declarative sentence without squeezing it out of your brain like some demented toothpaste?
Demented? Yes, I suppose I was at times. Sickening, isn't it, to see what some women will do for good company?
Just tell me, what sort of hopeless gesture did you hope to achieve tonight? And why bring these puzzle minor plays into your plot? Are they to witness your day of revenge, fulfilled or not?
You know, sometimes when I look at you, I wonder, is your spark diminishing, or are you just getting older?
Getting older, I think. Would it surprise you to hear that I like getting older? I don't want to work that hard anymore. I don't want to live that hard. And I certainly don't want to play that hard.
Well, neither do I. My waist can't keep pretending to fit the dresses you so ardently and rapaciously unzipped for me. So, tell me, what is it you do want?
I want a wife. A wifely wife. Someone who will let me sleep through the night. Someone who thinks that staying home means a good time to read or have a conversation that doesn't require heavy breathing. And someone who will give me what I suddenly and surprisingly yearn for. Children.
I was never against having children.
With us as parents, they'd wake up Christmas morning playing with tarantulas.
I've satisfied your every whim for 12 years, and suddenly you've grown tired of whimsy. You know, I was tired of it years ago, but I never complained for fear of losing you. I never minded being your favorite horse in the stable, Andre, but I'll be damned if I'll let you go to pasture without me.
I'm getting married next month.
I can stand a minor interruption.
I'm serious about this woman.
And she'll get over it. I've half seduced you already. Last month you wouldn't even take my phone call, and yet here you are in front of me, glued to the floor.
Just to tell you that for the first time, I know what real love is.
Love is easy, Andre. Eternal desire, however, is a bitch to break.
Our desire, as you call it, turned ugly somewhere along the line, and we both suffered for it. Stop making love with you, but rather at you. I use your body as an outlet for all my repressed anger. Your womb became a receptacle for all the self-loathing I had for not being able to break the hold you had on me. I plunged everything into you like an animal, not to possess you, but to use force against you so that you had no other choice but to let me loose. In trying to assuage my guilt, I made you a partner in crime. Let go of me, and you'll win back your self-respect. Let go of me, and you'll be able to return to that fork in the road where we once, many years ago, went wrong.
If I have that much power, do you know what that makes me, Andre? A witch, and only the son of Satan can make a witch. Sorry, Andre. The dinner party goes on. Divorcee, ex-husband, divorcee, ex-husband, divorcee, ex-husband.
Well, we're splitting, which is exactly what we all did in the first place.
Oh, Albert Dene, am I right? What a pity, Albert. Mariette was really hoping she'd sit next to you.
She said that?
At least twice. I've got you seated over here next to Mariette. So you can avoid not talking to Yvonne. Please, Claude, stay and sit on my right. I'm very anxious to get to know you better.
Any thoughts on that, Andre?
Do it. I think someone like you deserves someone like her.
Oh, Act 3, the mystery unraveled.
It unraveled 2 years ago, honey.
So do we sit anywhere, or is it popcorn?
No, please don't sit yet. I'm still rearranging. Just move around. Let me think this through.
Move around.
Please.
You put magnets under the floor.
Well, I guess I should be facing Yvonne twice.
And what do we do now? The divorced couple's polka?
No. It's women facing men against each other. It's been like that since Adam and Eve.
Well, Adam and Eve never got divorced. They were forced to leave because of that apple trouble.
I tried something. Sort of a game.
If I'm not staying for dinner, why would I stay for a game?
Because it's a dangerous game. Do you like danger, Claude? Of course you do. Please, sit, stand, whatever you'd like. Make yourselves comfortable. Thank you. Now, here's the game. What if this were the first time we were all meeting? Do you think we would have chosen the same one that we've chosen before?
No, I would have chosen Andre. At least then I'd get most of my alimony back.
If I had to do it over again, I wouldn't pick anyone. I'd become a monk.
That's because they don't speak to anyone either.
Well, I wouldn't pick Claude because nothing would change. And if I did pick him, I'd end up at a party like this, explaining why I wouldn't pick him.
You know, primates are more successful than we are in choosing their mates, and they rarely separate.
Well, that's because there's not as many lawyers in the jungle.
But we did make a choice. We did marry. I'm just curious to see why it all went wrong.
I don't know. Would anyone mind if I take my dinner home? I'll eat it later.
Good idea. Let's share a cab.
Oh, it's locked, darling. From the outside. My orders, once we were all in here, cost me a pretty penny, but I will have my dinner party.
This one's locked as well.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Oh, she must be Dottie. Hello? Hello? Oh, this line is out.
That one was complimentary. You like me here.
We're locked in. It's like a goddamn Agatha Christie dinner.
Listen, I have a phobia about closed doors. Seriously. Well, if we're all ready, then I think it's time that we shall begin.
Begin what?
The investigation of whether we think our divorces were a mistake or not.
Oh, big mistake. Just take a picture of us all.
Yes, but let's say that one couple gets back together again. Just one. Or even tries to make it work. How insane would that be?
What's the highest number you'd accept?
I tried it twice. The wedding rings are costing me a fortune.
Mariette, I'd love to hear your opinion. I don't have an opinion. I have claustrophobia. I can't think unless you open a door. Or the windows.
There are no windows, just air vents.
Yvonne, I might reconsider marrying, but not Albert. Maybe Andre, or Claude, or one of the waiters, but definitely not Albert.
Why not a vote? A show of hands to see who actually wants to do this?
Fair enough. Now, all those in favor of the possibility of a trial reunion with their former spouse, please raise your hand. Oh, would you look at that? 2 hands. This shows that not everyone is against this.
Now I understand why you're so ill-tempered.
Now, I do have a rather interesting question to ask. An early response may lead to an early settlement. May I?
This isn't about all of us. It's about you and Andre. Why don't we just lock you two up and we'll go home?
I think it is about all of us. A few minutes, that's all I'm asking.
What's your question?
But you'll all have to be ruthlessly honest. Ask it! Ask it! I'm beginning to circulate my own breath. Ask it! I'd like for each of us here to tell us what is the worst thing your ex-spouse ever did to you during your marriage.
Well, we can kiss this night goodbye.
Remember, the worst thing your ex-spouse ever did to you.
At a dinner party? It's too personal. Why don't we all just go to a church and squeeze into a confessional box?
Any volunteers? No? All right, I don't mind being the first. Let me tell you all the worst thing Andre ever done to me.
Careful, Gabrielle.
Afraid I'm going to vilify you, Andre? Am I going too far? Would you all rather not hear what Andre's done to me?
Oh, well, we're locked in. We're not going anywhere. Might as well tell us.
Well, the worst thing that Andre's ever done to me during our marriage was to make me love him unconditionally.
That's it? We got locked up to hear that.
My dog loves me unconditionally, but she wouldn't lock herself in a restaurant.
Let her finish. We lived our lives on the brink of destruction. We each agreed that no matter what, we'd see it through. And to survive, you had to commit yourself completely. Body and soul, our love had to be unquestioned. We were prisoners for life, each to the other. I willingly complied. Andre made a sacred vow. And one day, he lost his nerve. And as he left me, he robbed me of the ability to hate him, or to be happy without him. I'm stuck loving him. And that's a vicious thing to do to anyone.
She's as free as I am. We were never bound together for life. She can stop loving me anytime she wants. She has this fixation with herself by a good analyst, a guru, an exorcist, or a new hairstylist.
I'm sorry, but Is this how you thought you'd get couples back together again?
I told the do what you want. I'm ready to get on my knees and start sucking air from under the door.
Fine. I'll play. Would you all like to hear the worst thing Mariette ever did to me in our marriage?
Just don't use up too much oxygen.
Oh, I'll be quick. It's just one sentence. At a book party, Mariette was about to introduce me to her publisher and forgot my name.
I said Claude.
No, I said Claude. You looked at me blankly and your eyes said, oh, help me, whoever you are.
It was my first book party, for God's sake. I was petrified. I didn't purposely do it.
No, but I think your subconscious was saying, I wish you weren't here.
No, my subconscious said I wish you were here and proud of me. But I knew you were thinking, why is this cheap publishing house publishing her cheap novel?
That was your thought, not mine. Interesting how thoughts are more honest than words.
In your heart, you wanted me to fail as a writer, something you were too frightened to do on your own. So you denied me your support and affection. No, the worst thing I ever did to Claude was to fulfill my own dream.
Not quite, but thanks for remembering my name.
I didn't remember it. I took a wild guess.
The worst thing Albert ever did? One night, we had a terrible fight. He found some of my old love letters I had hidden in my closet. He read them all. In his anger, he threw them into the fireplace and set them ablaze. They were all destroyed. My dearest and most cherished possessions, and they're gone forever.
May I ask, who were the letters from?
From Albert. Who else would they be from? He never explained why. In the morning, I burned all of his ties. I never explained why either.
My turn. How's this? Claude had an affair with my sister. Great beginning, don't you think?
Oh, Mariette, there's really no need to go into that.
We heard yours, honey bunch. Why not mine? It went on for over a year. Claude and my sister Germaine. At least you didn't go outside the family.
I don't exactly consider that a plus.
And this affair, you let it continue?
I was hurt, of course. But when I saw it was what he needed, I let it continue.
Where did they go? To her place? Did you follow them? She was attractive, I suppose, you know.
Oh, finally, a subject he wants to paint.
I let them use our house, our bedroom.
Do you enjoy hearing this, Gabrielle?
No, actually I do. I've been wanting to tell someone for years.
And while they were, you know, hey, where did you go?
I stayed in the room, of course. It couldn't have happened without my being there.
Are you saying you watched?
No, I participated. I have no sister. Claude invented one, which was the only fiction he ever came up with.
Christ!
So I became Germaine. The name he chose, I preferred Renee, but it was his fantasy.
Well, one man doesn't have a fantasy. Woman, for that matter.
Having a fantasy with your own life isn't exactly infidelity. Surely everyone in this room has had at least one.
Yeah, I've only had one. Oh, this is it. I mean, hear something like that from a woman. Wow, you know? Whoa.
Wow. Did he just say wow? How did he get in here?
I had my own fantasy, that I would be enough for Claude. But a long marriage eventually takes its toll, so I became Germaine for him. It got out of hand. He bought me a bathrobe with her name on it, negligees with her initials. He was more passionate, infinitely freer with her than he ever was with me.
led to our divorce. So, that's my little story. What a swell party this is!
Claude, question. Do you still see Jermaine?
No. But I can introduce you if you want, you funny little bastard!
Alright, boys, let's either grow up or shut up.
And as for you, Andre, it's time for you to own up. What was the worst thing I ever did to you?
That you let us continue. That you didn't ask me for a divorce. That you let me degrade you in the name of love. Or lust. There was nothing too vile for you to indulge in to satisfy my voracious appetite. You let me use you at the cost of your own dignity and self-respect. You can't imagine the loathing I felt for myself. That's the worst thing you ever did to me. And the fact that I'm able to reveal this to total strangers is proof that my malady lingers on. Satisfied, Gabrielle? So tell us, who won?
No one won. We all lost, every single one of us.
It's over? Thank God open the doors. I was ready to start breathing through my ears.
Excuse me. You forgot me. About the worst thing Yvonne ever did to me?
You're right, I'm sorry. Tell us, Albert.
How is it possible you left me out?
We took a secret ballot. Will you just tell it?
Albert was... Andre was right about you from the beginning. I burned my letters because I thought Yvonne deserved better. I wanted her to have poetry that would capture everything that was exquisite about her. As I matured, I began to write new ones, this time with love, with passion and clarity. They came from the deepest part of my soul. And on the envelopes, I drew wonderful sketches of her face without a used car in sight. When I had enough, I gathered them and put them on her bedstand for her to read when she woke.
And did she?
Made no difference. Found a letter from her on my bedstand, asking for a divorce. I never got the chance to explain why I burned my letters, but I guess it was all over on the morning she burned my ties. That's the worst thing Yvonne has ever done to me. Since then, I've moved on with my life.
Are we through?
Not quite yet. There's still one more question to be asked.
It's like a self-help group. You pay for the weekend and they don't let you pee until Monday morning.
What's the question, Gabrielle?
Tell us what the question is. For God's sake, ask the fucking question!
If I just said what I think I did, please forgive me.
Well, the question is simply this. What is the nicest thing your ex-spouse ever did to you during your marriage? Anyone? No? Has no one here ever done a decent thing for their spouse? Ever? All right. Then I guess I've been wrong. Sorry that I've wasted your evening. The door's unlocked. Freedom is just outside.
Well, there was something that Albert used to do.
Oh, let's hear Yvonne out! Thank you. Yvonne?
He would bring me a warm croissant and hot tea every morning. And then he would sit on the bed and look at me lovingly. His eyes were warmer than the croissant, and his hands touching mine were more soothing than the honey he stirred in my tea. No matter what cruel things I may have said to him the day before, I knew I would wake in the morning and find Albert with breakfast in front of me on the bed. I felt more love than I ever thought was possible. Even on the morning that I left the note saying that I was leaving, he still brought me my morning breakfast. He never said a word. I could see the tears in his eyes as he left. I'll always remember you for that, Albert. Always.
will, Al. Gabrielle, no more dinner parties, okay? That's it, I'll be on my way.
Sit down, Claude. Or I'll tell him about my twin sisters, Lily and Millie. On our 3rd anniversary, Claude took me to the restaurant where we first met. He gave me a pair of exquisite earrings from Cartier, but as beautiful as they were, it was the note that touched me. I still remember every word. To my dearest Mariette, if I were never born, I would still have found a way to love you. If we never met, I would have kept on looking, hoping to find you. If I died, I would sit on some distant cloud, ignoring my heavenly duties to watch over you. If I lost you, due to my own foolishness, I would forfeit my eternal peace to win your forgiveness. Your devoted and loving husband, Claude. Interesting that you'd be wearing those same earrings tonight, isn't
it? I want to do this. I'm just not ready yet. Somebody else, please.
Well, I was more confident in my prose back then. But I think the most endearing thing that my ex, Mariette, ever did to me wasn't in our marriage, but for what she did just now. For remembering the best of me, even after all my accusations against her before. She's a graceful woman, even under fire. And she's still interested. I realized soon after our divorce, it wasn't Mariette. Well, it wasn't Germaine. I wanted it all.
Albert? Andre? Anything to say? Not yet? I suppose I'll tell you the nicest thing that Andre ever did to me during our marriage. I can say it in one word. Everything. Now, it may not be everything that someone else would have wanted, but it depends on how you choose to perceive it. He wouldn't stand up to scrutiny under a microscope, so I avoided the microscope altogether and accepted him as he was. Like I said before, I loved him unconditionally because conditionally would have destroyed us. I loved him not despite his shortcomings, but because he never tried to conceal them. I knew what I was getting, and what I got was what I wanted. I would never try to separate the good days with him from the bad days, as long as I had all the days with him. He's not a kind man, but he's the kind of man to suit the kind of woman that I am. And I pray to Almighty God, who I don't think approved of us very much, that he'd let me spend the rest of my days with him. His gift to me was to make me feel alive, and for what I got, Andre, I thank you for it. As for what I'll get, we'll just have to wait and see now, won't we?
I am still working on mine. Andre, you can have the floor.
I think this night has been an aberration.
Oh,
An embarrassment to human behavior. Nevertheless, I contribute to it, so yes, I will have my say about Gabrielle. Tonight was her idea, her brainchild, her impossible dream. And for some reason, I think some good will come of it. I think some of us will take a second look at ourselves, of what we had, and what we've lost. And some may even make a decision that would have seemed inconceivable before we arrived here tonight. What's the nicest thing Gabrielle did for me? is that I could commit no sin against her as long as I was honest. I know what and who I am because she made me look at myself without dodging the truth. For what it's worth, Gabrielle, you deserve more kindness than you've ever received.
So, comes down to me, right? Okay, about Yvonne. Earlier tonight, she told me that when we were married, I loved her too much. So, shouldn't I be the judge of how much to love someone? But it's my heartbreak, I'll deal with it. What I see now is that if she loved me 100%, and I loved her 140%, she could never catch up. I realize now that bringing someone a croissant and tea every single morning is more than loving. It's stifling. Maybe one day she wanted eggs or toast and jam or nothing. And I wouldn't let her have nothing. But she was too loving a wife to deny me my pleasure. And maybe that's why she left me. And when she came back the second time, I brought her biscuits and cocoa every single morning. And so, I think the nicest thing Yvonne has ever done for me was to leave me the second time. Because it finally got through to me to let her make her own choices. You know, I didn't get a third chance, and I know I never will, because after a year of not talking to her, I suddenly don't seem to be able to stop. But I will. Thank you for listening, Yvonne.
Is that it? Are we through?
That's it. We're through. Now, thank you all for indulging me tonight. I'm going to be staying for dinner. If any or all of you would care to join me, I'd be delighted. Now, please allow me the pleasure of seating you. I'll be sitting here at the head, of course. Mariette, would you care to sit next to me?
Yes, thank you, Gabrielle.
Albert, over here if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all.
Claude.
I need a minute to think. Just ask someone else, will you?
Yvonne, over here, opposite Mariette.
I would very much like to. But I don't think I could go through all of that again. Please forgive me. Good night, Gabrielle.
Andre, I was thinking here on my right, or wherever you'd like.
Yes, on your right would be fine. That is so as to say. Well, I think we both know it's too late. I'm sorry.
Well, small parties can be fun too. Claude, have you made up your mind?
Yeah, I'll stay for a bite. That's all right with you, Mariette.
Yes, it's all right with Mariette.
Well, I do have one half a surprise. At least we won't have to serve ourselves. Yes, Madame LaChapelle. You may send the waiters in, please. You know, I'm afraid there's only 4 of us tonight. Well, not too bad. On a scale of 6, we've got 60%.
Sorry. I would have changed my mind in the taxi anyway. If you don't mind, Albert, I'll order for myself.
Now, I know you in, Mariette. So why don't I leave this door open? Just in case. Now that we've got our business taken care of, I think it's time we all get to know each other better.
Mashallah.